This weekend, Venus is on the main stage, bringing in growth in our relationships with people and with money. So Venus first brings in this awareness in finding the middle ground as we navigate our relationships, romantic and platonic, with a grace, with an authenticity. We take the time to ensure that our desires are expressed clearly, respectfully, and ultimately, we find that balance allows us to cultivate fulfilling connections with others. Venus also will invite us to indulge in our senses, embrace our passions, and surround ourselves with beauty and luxury. It's about cultivating a deeper appreciation for the finer things in life, creating moments of magic and enchantment that linger in our memories. We'll also gain an opportunity to harness the power of disciplined thinking, strategic organization, applying ourselves diligently, maintaining a focused mindset. We can make significant stride towards our goals, navigating challenges with a confidence, with a clarity or a sense of clarity. So sit back, relax, and join me as we embark on a self-journey of empowerment. We will gain an understanding of how to embrace this energy, how to utilize this energy, own this energy, and move forward today and every day. So hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here, and thank you for all the positive, loving support you send me each and every day. You guys absolutely rock. I send all that right back to you. And welcome to your weekend focus for April the 27th and the 28th, 2024. So we will dive right into the numerology. Saturday, we have that beautiful 27 energy. The 27 energy is really about things blooming, blossoming, growing. So this is kind of a summertime kind of energy under a 27. Things have already taken root. Things are growing. Things are blossoming. We can start to see where we're going to have successes in the so-called harvest of abundance. 2 plus 7 is a 9. The 9 is asking us to clear the space for what no longer belongs in order to have the room, the energy, in order to bring in those new experiences. So we look at what is impeding us, what is holding us back, what is limiting us, what is burdening us or holding us back from going forward in the way we want. If we look at the daily numerology for Saturday, it would be a 4 plus a 9 plus an 8, and that gives us a 21. Now, the 21 energy is about a brand new path awaiting you right around the corner, awaiting your presence. But before you can really go forward, you need to tie up some loose ends. Pay attention to some things that have been dragging behind you, things that you've been procrastinating on, things that you have failed to want to look at and deal with. These are the things that we have to take care of in order to be able to go forward with a sense of freedom, with a sense of liberation. 2 plus 1 is a 3 energy, and that 3 energy is all about transformation, creativity. Allow your curiosity to take you on an adventure. It is about our communication as well, our thoughts. On Sunday, we have the 28 energy, and the 28 energy is very much like the 1 energy, except that it will probably give us some kind of challenge or just to see where we are, if we're using our old patterns, or we are inviting in new patterns of discovery is what I hear, but new patterns of practicality, of utilizing our time better, or our money better, or our energy better, or using better words, or using our communication in a new way. What are we doing different from yesterday that is allowing for the change, allowing for the transformation, allowing you to go into a new season? Because if you're doing the same as you were yesterday, then you cannot expect new results tomorrow. So what little things are you changing is the 28 energy in order to step into new beginnings, new starts, new seasons. 2 plus 8 is a 10, and that is about the seasons changing in our life. It also brings in the sense of luck, and it allows us to see where we want the new beginnings and starting to create them in our thoughts, in our journaling, in our mind. 1 plus 0 is a 1, and that is ourself, the independent, the trailblazer, ready to go forward, knowing that we we don't need anyone but ourselves in order to take that next step and the next step and beyond. Of course, we want other people in us. We want our tribe. We want our family. But we don't necessarily have to hold and put on the brakes in order to wait for them to catch up to us. We can go forward in our own way with a strength. Now, the daily numerology for Sunday would be a 4 plus 1 plus an 8, and that gives us that 13 energy. The 13 energy is a very lucky energy, but what happens to us under a 13 energy doesn't always feel all that lucky. It's usually in hindsight, when we look back at the experience, how it righted us on our path or opened us up to new possibilities that we would never have seen otherwise. 1 plus 3 is a 4 energy. It's having our ducks in a row, building that strong and solid foundation in our life. It could also be home and family, and creating this sense of harmony and the sense of safety within the home, within the family. Okay, astrology, the sun is in Taurus. And we start the weekend with our moon in Sagittarius, but it moves into Capricorn on Sunday morning around 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. So as we start the weekend, we may find ourselves full of optimism, enthusiasm, looking for the adventure. But Sunday morning comes and we wake up and we start making that list. We think over our commitments, our obligations, and we start pondering our strategy forward. Venus holds the spotlight, semi-sextiling Mars. So that brings in an energy of romance, socializing, beautiful interactions with others. This is a time to date. This is a time to get out and socialize. This is a time to grow those relationships. The balance between Venus and Mars, it signifies this harmonious exchange of love and desire. We're open to giving and receiving affection and allowing relationships to flourish, to deepen. There's a sense of ease, a sense of comfort in expressing our feelings and desires. We don't worry, we don't fear that we're going to be judged or we're going to be rejected by our words, by our actions, by our feelings, by our desires. Now, we could be grappling with the dilemma of whether or not to take a direct approach or an indirect approach. Okay, there's tension between assertiveness and softness. And as we look towards each challenge and each step, we could do either. We can see the merits, the potential of going fast, assertive, strong, forthright. But we also see where we could use a softness or a more passive approach. So the key in mastering and embracing this transit is to find that balance between assertiveness and sensitivity. We need to become more aware and recognizing that it's not a one-size-fits-all approach in pursuing our desires. So the more we pull it back a little bit and think, we can embrace a more flexible approach, one that allows us to assert ourselves confidently while respecting the people that we are dealing with, their needs, their boundaries. Now, Venus, being on stage, is also forming a sextile with Neptune, and the energy becomes infused with sensuality, passion, an aura of enchantment. So it creates this kind of atmosphere that's ideal for romantic encounters, once again, and experiences filled with a glamour, with a luxury. Okay, our senses are heightened. We're drawn to experiences that evoke beauty, pleasure, and indulgence. And this energy works really well with our Taurus sun, because the Taurus sun is all about our five senses. And, not only do we get to eat, but we take in the aroma. Our taste buds start to get tantalized. We look at it and we're all taking pictures of our food these days because, wow, doesn't that look just too good to eat? So we're looking at the presentation, we're looking at the taste, we're looking at our senses coming alive. Maybe it's beautiful music that we're listening to, dancing to. Maybe it's a beautiful sunset. But our senses are heightened. Okay? We're drawn to experiences that evoke beauty, pleasure, and indulgence. And so Well, I won't put that in yet. Hang on. Whether, because I don't want to skip ahead to anything else. So whether it's through romantic gestures or luxurious outings, sensory delights, we want to immerse ourselves in experiences that awaken our desires, ignite our passions. So it could be a romantic pursuit, or we could find ourselves shopping for clothes, cosmetics, jewelries, items to beautify the home. We're drawn to items that radiate elegance, refinement, and sophistication. So if you're looking for a house, this is the time to just go out and look at a bunch of different houses. Or if you want to buy a car, if you want a dream build, then go to that car lot that you definitely can't afford and start going for some test drives. And drive that vehicle and feel yourself in that, to take in the environment of where you are. I can't tell you how many times I jumped into my Escape and pretended it was an F-150. But I have an F-150 today. And it feels just as good as I thought it would each and every time I pretended. So sometimes it's because it's Neptune, it's attached to our dreams, our passions, our desires. So it's not necessarily that we have to buy new clothes. We could just go out and try on new clothes. Maybe you want to get married, but there's nobody in your life. Go and try wedding dresses on for the day. They don't have to know, right? So, our suits, if you want to wear a suit, or what you would like to wear up the aisle on your wedding day, this is a time to allow your dreams, ignite in your dreams. I mean, just go, tour a mansion and pretend that that's the bed you sleep in. That's the kitchen that you make the meals in. That's the table you sit and have dinner. That is the outdoor gardens where you stroll on a beautiful summer day. Look at things that will enhance your self-expression, your own personal style, but with a hint of elegance and expression. Put in your personal style. Our imaginations are sparked. We're inspired to infuse beauty, harmony into everything we create. So whether it's painting or music or writing or planting flowers or redecorating a room, any kind of artistic expression, we will find the joy and fulfillment in channeling our creative impulses. Now, Mercury is also sextiling Saturn, and that works in harmony as well. So we have an entire weekend of harmonious transits happening in the sky, helping us move forward. Now, this one more resembles our Capricorn moon that we will have on Sunday. And I don't think this transit happens or peaks until Sunday, although we should feel it on Saturday a little bit. It would encourage us to embrace self-discipline, serious contemplation, a structured approach to our thoughts, our communication. It would instill a sense of mental fortitude and focus. So it would empower us to engage into deep and methodical thinking and strategy planning. Our organization skills, our concentrations are heightened. It allows us to tackle any kind of complex task with any kind of clarity, precision we might need in the task. And we find ourselves, we're able to maintain this disciplined mindset. And that enables us to stay committed to our goals, to our responsibilities. Okay, Mercury and Saturn is supporting the manifestation of our long-term plans, our long-term passions. So we're able to see some tangible progress, significant developments in projects, anything that might require some kind of careful planning and execution. Our ability to make informed decisions is enhanced under this energy, so it promotes the realization of our ambitions. It infuses us with this mental toughness, enabling us to confront challenges, especially difficult issues with a resilience, with a determination, with a confidence that we will succeed. We approach obstacles with a practicality, and we will probably find some innovative solutions to overcome any obstacles that we meet. So let's turn to the cards here, give them a fast shuffle, although they've already been cleared well. So I'm finally done my job. It was so much fun. Oh my gosh, I was exhausted beyond belief. I went. There was one day that I worked that they put me in a room for about 6 hours. I was handing out things to people as they came for them. So 6 hours doing that, about 4 hours of just driving around, and I still managed to walk 15 kilometers and 50 flights of stairs. So, I think that was probably the toughest day, the longest day of it all. I finished actually yesterday, but I literally slept around the clock. I literally gave myself 24 hours of sleep, and I couldn't believe how easy it was to sleep for practically 24 hours straight. But my body was just like, wowzers. So anyways, let's get to our reading. Enough about me, but thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for giving me the privilege of being able to leave you guys for a short time so I could pursue something that I absolutely love doing, but also it brings in the income I need in order to, have that roof over my head and put food in my tummy. So look at this. We have the Knight of Cups as our underlying energy here. Isn't that beautiful? And I mean, Venus is the star this weekend, so it doesn't surprise me that our knight in shining armor shows up to whisk us away and to have us picnic with us under an apple tree by a stream. And just connect heart to heart, mind to mind, to just be present for each other, to just share, to just share with each other. Okay, so if you are dating, this is a wonderful weekend to go out on a date. If you have a significant other, definitely, but it's anybody you love, anybody you hold dear, or maybe it's somebody that you have finally worked up the courage to ask them if they'd like to maybe have a picnic with you, a cup of coffee with you, a walk in the park, a dinner, a night out. Beautiful energy. For those of you who are single and you want to be single, it's about your friendships and growing and making bonds within those friendships, those people you hold dear to you. Our first card is the Eight of Swords. We may gain some kind of new perception, awareness, and there is a lot of beautiful, harmonious energy gifting us if we tap into it, that we will start to change our perception. We will see a new way forward. We will get a sense of clarity. That enchantment, that magic is alive around us to show us the way forward, to show us where maybe we thought we were trapped and we're not. We can go forward in a way we want, with a strength, with a confidence. We have the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is, where are you putting your focus? Where are you putting your attention? We all know that if we put a seed in the ground and walk away in 6 months, we probably won't find a plant that has grown, much less a great bumper crop or a harvest. We have to be, we have to put that mental fortitude, that focus, that consistency into that seed. So we show up every day. We weed, we water, we aerate the soil. We fertilize it. We make sure that there's enough sun, that nothing is attacking it in any way. And when we do that and we put that consistency behind it, we see the bumper crop. We see the transformation of that little seed into the oak tree. So where are you putting your focus and where are you putting your attention? Okay, so where you put your focus, that's where the energy flows, right? So if you're putting your focus on the negative, okay, where do you think you're going to have that growth? Yeah, more negative. So put your focus on the things that you want to bring into your world, that you want to create. This is a beautiful weekend for where do we want to create. And even if it is something that it's going to be a complex task, we know that we can approach it this weekend with some kind of clarity, some kind of precision. Okay, our skills in that area are heightened. So maybe this is a time to make the plan, make the strategy of where we want to put our focus and clear the way for what is hindering us from doing just that. We have the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is don't be too hasty in what you decide or what you throw to the curb. Okay, there's a lot of different avenues or a lot of different choices. They all hold good, bad, and everything in between. And so we don't want to just grab a cup based on one look at it. And here we are sitting underneath the cups looking up. So all we're seeing is the basis. How shiny is it? Can I see my reflection? Oh, that one looks like it has pretty molding on it. Maybe I'll grab that. We want to understand what that cup holds for us, what that path holds for us. We want to think about our choices. We want to think about which direction we want to go, what we want to include into our lives, and what needs to go by the wayside in order for us to go forward with a sense of freedom, with a sense of liberation. So we don't want to be too hasty. We are being offered many things with this card. But whether or not it is for the betterment of ourselves or not remains to be seen. So we need to think it through before we actually step into it. Although now that Mercury is going forward, I think it's a little easier for us to do just that. We have the Nine of Swords. Stop sweating the small stuff. Okay? Stop sweating the small stuff, especially right about now. This is also not about the small stuff or the little things that are appearing in your mind, where your thoughts are going. It is taking away your safety, okay? Your safety, your security blanket is way over here, and here you are. So it's about creating that sense of safety. It's about creating that sense of security. To believe and have a confidence in yourself. And to look at the big picture right now. And remember, your thoughts, you own your thoughts. So do not let your thoughts take you down that rabbit hole of despair, but rather look at the luxury that you can step into or want in your life. Look at look at where you want to infuse beauty, where you want to infuse harmony in what you're creating and what you're doing and what you're saying. Okay, where do you want the elegance to be? Start growing these kinds of things. Where do you want your self-expression, your personal style to enhance? Maybe it's your outdoor lawn, or maybe it's a room in your house. Maybe it's exactly what you do for a business, or your talents, your abilities. And letting yourself flow, letting your creativity flourish. To step into a creative pursuit or hobby or a project that ignites you with love and passion and joy. I mean, use this energy this weekend, okay? Don't allow yourself to sweat over the little stuff. If it doesn't matter in 5 years, it really doesn't matter, okay? And the devil comes out last. This is about allowing those things that no longer work for us, no longer support us, no longer pushes us to where we need to go or enhances that path for us in some way. It needs to be let go. It needs to fall into the fires. It needs to turn to ash, and we emerge out of that ash as the phoenix rising out of the fire, rising out of the ashes. The new birth and the rebirth, the new beginnings, the new starts, as we let go of the old, of what has been holding us back, limiting us in some way. Okay, we will get an oracle card. And we have the acceptance of love. And it's a 38 energy, which is an 11 energy. So look at how that just molds right into our energy of Venus this weekend. I mean, you just... they always blow me away. Okay. The acceptance of love. This image is a representation of the harmony of opposites, masculine and feminine. You have the ability to give love freely to yourself and to others. It is important to understand that you are whole, complete, and perfect now and will enhance the life of another. Love can happen. Love is the truth of all situations. Love, the soul embodied inside of you. Express more love in your life. Allow yourself to feel loved. Everything happens exactly when it's supposed to. In that order, everything that happens is what it's supposed to take place. You bring a bright light of individuality into this world. And this is a weekend where we don't have to worry so much about rejection, or that we can express ourselves freely. We can show our love, and we are open to accepting love. And first and foremost, start loving yourself a little bit more. Seeing the wonderment, seeing the magic of who you are, what you bring to your environment, to your world, to others. And when we start to get that flow of love, well, what was that quote I saw? Your ego says, if I get everything in order, there'll be peace, there'll be love. And the spiritual voice inside says, when we love, when we are in peace and harmony, everything comes together. Our animal is, well, we have the Hermit here. The 9 energy. The Firefly. So take time for contemplation. Retreat. Go within. Be a beacon for others on their push to spiritual enlightenment. I see this beautiful little pink butterfly up there, and the pink kind of reminds me of, hearts, love, right? That softness. It could be a purple as well, which would be our spirituality. So there is a flow to our spirituality. There is a flow to our love center, our heart center. It's like a shining light in the sea of darkness. But the firefly, I absolutely love it when I sit out there on a June night and all of a sudden you see the little fireflies all over lighting up. So they light up to each other so that they can find each other and then fly closer to each other so there can be more fireflies in the world, right? So it is an expression of love, these little sparks. And so we are being asked to be that firefly, to let off those little sparks. And they'll let off their little sparks. And our sparks will bring us closer and closer together. So let off those sparks, knowing that you are attracting people into your life that are filled with the same harmony, like-minded energy. That dream of the possibilities like you dream of possibilities. And connect. And grow that strength. And step into your success. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.